Gary, just before we get into matters upcoming this weekend, just any final reflections on Tuesday night's game now that you've had a couple of days to think about it?
Yeah, I've obviously thought about it, but I moved on very quickly, if I'm being honest, to Northampton in preparation for that. The players are coming in a little bit later today. We'll discuss it as a group very quickly. We'll have kind of lunch, and then we'll move straight on to Northampton. I think it's always important you know why you win and why you lose, and you can analyse that. But I think on Tuesday night we don't need to dwell too long on it. We made changes. Some minutes were good for players, some will learn from it and take it into their training and move forward. But as a group, I think we know that our standards have been better than that. I think we know that we can play better than that. So we will analyse it quickly and then full focus on Northampton.
Like you said, on Tuesday you want to see a reaction from the players on Saturday, and it feels like, well, it was only a few months ago really that we were at Northampton at the end of the season and got that fantastic comeback win. Yeah,
I thought it was a great game that day. I thought, they gave us so many problems with how they set up out of position, and we had to, both teams were tactically, creating problems for the other, and it was a real battle. Woodsy then changed that by getting sent off, and then it became a backs to the wall, sitting, hard to beat. I thought we defended extremely well. We always looked a threat in the counter. Millie had a brilliant chance with his header, and then Will scored a brilliant goal on the counter attack. So it was a fantastic day at a time when we were, confidence was really high. We were playing really well. So yeah, we know how challenging it will be. I know how well set up the team, Northampton are. And I know that they're going to pose us a lot of problems, so we have to be prepared for that. We have to be competitive again, like we were on Saturday, and get back to that level of performance if we want to win.
From the two games that you've probably had a chance to analyse of Northampton this season, how different are they to sort of the Northampton team you played at the end of last season?
Yeah, they are. They have been a little bit different. They've changed their system a couple of times. They've not played as much football. They lost some good midfield players, so they've not played as much football. They look to play it longer to forward players and pick up the second balls and attack from there. So there's some subtle changes, but like I said, they're a very, whatever they do, they're a very well organised team, and they will know exactly how they're going to play against us, how they're going to try and stop us, how they're going to hurt us. So we have to do the same. We have to follow our process that we believe gets us ready to win football matches, and go there with a clear plan of how we're going to do that.
What conversations have you had with the players given the result on Tuesday? You said that you had quite strong words with them. Is there anything you should sort of share about what you expect of them Saturday?
No, I think what I say to them in the changing room probably needs to stay there. I think we've got a brilliant group of players, and I think the honesty both ways, from them to me and the staff, and from us to them, is what is going to define us and what's going to make us successful. So I think as a group, we won't hide behind bad performances. We will hold our hands up and we'll do something about it on the training pitch and make sure there's an improvement the next game. We also, after the game, we have to then come back and analyse when things are a bit less emotional, and we can really get the detail out of it to help us as a group, to help us move forward, to help us improve. That's win or lose. We always do that. We debrief, and like I said, that debrief is two ways. The players have their say, we have our say, and we move on. But we move on stronger, and we move on with a clearer mind on what it's going to take for us to be successful. So that has to be the way forward, and we'll do that today. We'll move on to Northampton. We'll prepare as we always do. We'll travel early tomorrow, and we'll be ready come, is it 3 o'clock? 5:30? What time are we
3 o'clock this one.
3 o'clock on Saturday.
In terms of player availability, other than the long-term absentees we know about, Ed wasn't in the squad on Tuesday. Any doubts about any players?
Ed's fine. He had a slight knock, but he could have played comfortably on Tuesday, so he'll be fine. Caleb and Vinny have got knocks that we're going to assess today in terms of Saturday. Nobody has come back out with that, so it'll be a similar squad with obviously Vinny and Caleb. We'll assess and see if they can make it.
It's quite nice to see that Vinny sort of got through 2 games now without someone trying to kill him.
Yeah, he's normally on the floor, but hopefully, like I said, he has got a knock. His is probably a bit more serious than Caleb's. So fingers crossed for both of them, but we'll assess that with Michael and whether they need scans or not today, and then we'll make a decision for Saturday.
Obviously, with Yannick's long-term injury, you said about Vinny's there. Has that sort of changed your approach in the transfer window, looking at further players to strengthen the areas on the wings?
We are looking for players. We're talking to players every day. Yesterday I spent a lot of time with Marcus, doing that. So, hopefully we get more players in to help the group that we've got. I think we've got a fantastic group of players, but as we seen last year, we need a squad that is able to cope with niggles, with injuries, with suspensions. So hopefully there's still more players to come into the group and add to that quality. I
think did you always say you'd rather take your time to get the right player rather than sort of panic and buy someone that might not be the perfect fit?
Yeah, definitely. I think we always do that, whether it's a permanent signing, whether it's a loan. We make sure the fit is right for the club. We make sure the fit is right for the player, and he has the ability to thrive at our football club. I think we are a fantastic club for anyone to come to in terms of facilities, the environment we've created here. So any player I speak to, there is an excitement about joining us, and like I said, it's a two-way thing. They have to be comfortable here, and we have to know the attributes that they have, the character that they have can influence the group.
And just finally, it's a big moment for Exeter City women this weekend, making their debut in the 3rd tier at SJP against MK Dons. Do you have sort of any message for them? And had any conversations with Abby about that?
Yeah, it's brilliant. We had Abby was in a couple of weeks ago to watch training for 2 or 3 days. The relationship with the women's team is brilliant. We've obviously last season we went to a training session, myself, Kev and Perks, and I'm sure we'll do the same again this year. I went to one of the games at SJP last year, so delighted for them. There's been a big increase, not just in Exeter but in the women's game in general, but Exeter women have really, in these last few years have taken their performance levels forward, which has obviously got them a promotion, and it'll be great to see how they do at this level. So all the best to them. Hopefully it's a good start, and SGP is as busy as it can be.
Thanks a lot, Gary.
Thank you.